What's going on, guys? It's your boy Rome 300. Thank you again for coming and checking out my page. He smells like Rome. I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope you guys have had a wonderful Christmas and a safe and happy New Year's. Um, this is my first official video for 2016. You've probably seen a video before this, prior to this out, but I did that video before this year. This is my first video I'm making for 2016. And by the title, you already know this is my next 25 to 29 fragrances I'll be purchasing this year. Now, this is my second annual version of this. Last year I did one that was 25 fragrances, I think. If you don't know, I usually purchase between 12 and 24 to 5 fragrances a year. Sometimes less, sometimes more. But, you know, it's what it is. So I'm going to go through these fragrances and show you guys what I have in store. Now, if you don't know, I have all the samples from this fragrance, so I'm just not throwing numbers and names out there just to do this. I've sampled these fragrances extensively, and I know that these are the ones that I want to purchase. Now, my little spin of it is that most of you guys are going to recognize some of these fragrances if you're in the community, but I go left, so hopefully I'll bring some new ones to the table so you guys can probably check those out also. So let's jump right into this bad boy, okay? Here we go. First up is from the House Marquess. The fragrance is called Diadema. Diadema is a beautiful citrus fragrance that drove me crazy. I first came upon this fragrance when my man Carlos from Brooklyn Fragrance Lover did a video at Oswald with Josie. I immediately asked for a sample of this fragrance. She sent me that with a few others, and this got a, you know, I'm getting this. This is purchased in the summer, springtime. So that one is first up. Second from the line is from this fragrance house called Meo Fucini. And I'm going to butcher a lot of these names. Sorry if I do. I'm going to put the picture up there so you can see. This is Notoro from Meo Fucini's line. This is a unique, beautiful fragrance. It smells like ink paper to me with some wood notes. But you guys get a sample, check it out yourself. This is a gorgeous fragrance. Next up, we have M from Pure Distance. This is the guru of fragrance. The creator behind this is none other than the master perfumer, Roger Dove. This fragrance reminds me very much of Roger Dove's Fetish. Slightly similar, not too similar. This one is a little bit more, a little stronger, a little bit more refined. That one's a little harsh, but I like both of them, but this one will be the one I purchase. Next up, we're going to say, here we go. What we got? We have Jubilation 25. Jubilation 25 needs no introduction, is highly regarded as one of the best fragrances in niche community and niche fragrances overall. I'm just trying to contemplate if I'm going to get the normal bottle or, you know, go and get this crazy, beautiful looking Swarovski crystal bottle. So we'll see if I get that one or not. But yeah. Next up is, speaking of Roger Dove, Roger Dove's probably most famous fragrance in the community, called Amber Oud. I know, I should have probably had this in my collection a long time ago, but I've been able to get samples of this fragrance, and I first started having some performance issues with it, but it's a lot better now, so this has to be purchased this year. So definitely getting this beautiful amber-based fragrance. Just a little note out there. A lot of people have this misconception about amber. Amber does not exist anymore, to my knowledge. Amber has been extinct since the prehistoric time. We get the note or the sense of amber type fragrances from ambergris. That's why it's so expensive, which is well vomit or a synthetic created to represent what amber is supposed to smell like. But no one actually has amber anymore. Next up, we have, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful Watercina from Sparrow. Now that this fragrance is in the U.S., I can purchase it because I was not going to be purchasing this fragrance with the crazy shipping and, you know, custom prices and all that crazy shit. So now that here, that's on the list, putting that down. My wife told me something that made me laugh about this fragrance. She said, this fragrance smells like baby powder and toilet paper with tobacco. And I started to laugh because when she said that, I actually started to smell that. But this is a beautiful rose tobacco fragrance. If you haven't got a chance, check it out. All right, next up, let's move right along, man. I gotta keep this going. This is a lot of fucking fragrances. All right, here we go. Next up, we have Duro. Another one that needs no introduction. This fragrance is a daring, woody, very, very syrupy type fragrance. And I love it. This will be my first purchase from the Natamasu line. Duro is awesome, and it will be in my collection this year. What's going on? What's next? Next up. Okay, next up we have Amber Oud by Killian. This is a soft version of Amber and an Oud combination. I really do like it. It is a little light for my taste after the first initial hour or two, but if I guess this is, you have to have this. If you're gonna, be in a niche game, you got to get Amber Oud from by Killian. This would be my second purchase from them, but it got to be purchased. Amber Oud by Killian. Next up is fragrance from MDCI. I'm gonna butcher this name also. This fragrance is called Chypre Platin or Platin. This one is just, in my opinion, it reminds me of a barbershop and booze, like barbershop whiskey or barbershop and cognac. Now, if you guys know about getting shape ups and how they shape you up with the razor and the shape up clippers, you know full well that once they hit you with that little green, oil around your neck and your sideburns, you get the smell of just that unique barbershop scent with a little bit of alcohol in there. Now, this one is kind of like that, but it's complemented by this booziness that goes along with it. So, got to get that one. Next up, we have, they just brought this back to the States. Been waiting for this one to come back so I can grab it. Mages of Bacali's Fusion Sacré. Needs no introduction. Beautiful caramel fragrance with a weird smelling celery scent that makes it super unique. Definitely purchasing that one. Okay, let's move along. Another fragrance I'm excited for is called From the House of Roger Dove. It's called from the Les Nuits collection, which is the night collection, I think. Roger Dove's #1. Now, I got this from Oswald sample and immediately I sprayed it in the store when I went there, but I got a sample from it and sprayed it up, and man, this shit knocked my socks off. Both from the price and also from the smell. But this most likely won't be purchased until Christmas because it is a pricey one. But once again, when you talk about quality, you can't put a price on it. So putting that in the collection. When I get that one, I'm going to fuck around and do a break dance. All right, so let's move along. Next up, we have From the house of Monthall, we got Intense Cafe. Once again, another popular fragrance in the community. Anybody that's in this niche game knows about this fragrance. Smells like what do you got? Espresso mixed with cappuccino. Beautiful fragrance, and it lasts all day. I'm surprised I don't have this because it's pretty affordable, but it will be in the collection. Next up, another one that I'm slapping myself that I should have already. It's called Harriet. Now, I would have purchased this last year, but I have not purchased it because I've been hearing this thing has performance issues, which scared me because the first time I sampled it, it did only last around 4 hours, and it kind of went into a skin scent. But I sampled it a few more times, and I started to appreciate the smell. And if it does, they do give you a large bottle. If it does die in 4 or 5 hours, I'll just spray up again. So, Harriet from Perfume de Mali, gotta get that one. All right, we kind of going through these, man. I'm moving a little fast here. All right, here we go. Next up, another one from the Raja Dove house. I did say I was going to dip into Raja Dove this year because I have not. I have to, and it's kind of a shame that I have neglected his house for so long. But this year will be a difference. This one will be from the Bergdorf Goodman exclusive line. Now, when I tell you guys, I got so many compliments from this fragrance. And I don't really care about compliments, but it got to the point where it was not becoming annoying, but it was like, damn, like what is coming out of this fragrance that everybody is, complimenting? I'm keeping people dabs and handshakes and hugs. The girls was just like, oh my God, that smells good. One lady smelled me and said, can I just hug you? And I gave her a hug. My father-in-law, which is a Marine alpha male type dude that don't hug nobody, gave me a dap and then hugged me for like the first time ever. He was like, man, you smell good. So I was like, damn, if he said it smelled good, I got to get this. So Raja Dove's Bergdorf Goodman in the house. Got to grab that one. Next up, we have a fragrance called Amber Nui, and this one is no slouch in the fragrance community. From the Christian Dior Privé line. This is a beautiful, classy, sophisticated fragrance. I gotta get a bottle of that. I think I'm gonna get the larger bottle of that one because I'm gonna be spraying the shit out of that one. Amber Nui is definitely a gorgeous amber fragrance. Gotta purchase that. Next up is Monavie Aura's Vanille. So happy that they re-released this fragrance. They have a new packaging, a new bottle. Not saying that the other one was bad, but no one had it. Everybody sold out of it. So they re-released the fragrance, and they also dropped the price. So this is now $190 instead of $230 for 70 ml, which I think is very affordable. And this fragrance is literally my favorite vanilla fragrance. This fragrance literally smells to me like a vanilla cookie with white chocolate that was left in the oven 2 minutes too long and got burnt. Just a little bit. Not overly burnt. Now, you guys have done this. Everybody has done this once or twice. You probably put some cookies or some cake in the oven. You went to go do something else and like, oh my God, I left this in the oven and ran to the oven and it was just a little burnt. That's what this smells like to me. And I'm kind of weird like that. And this smell has to be on me. Next up is from the company called Le Labo. I'm going to be purchasing Poivre 23. Gotta get this fragrance. I missed out last year, but September come around this year. Poivre 23, if you don't know, is an exclusive to I think France or London. I can't remember which one it is, but it's exclusive city fragrance from Le Labo, and it only comes to the United States once a year. So picking that up, definitely gotta get that. All right, next up we have from Imaginary Liquid, or Liquid Imaginary, one of the two, called Bloody Wood. Now this is another unique take on a boozy fragrance. This is primarily woods and red wine, but this has a sweet red wine cherry vibe to it, and it's unique enough for me to want to purchase it, because you usually get boozy fragrances being more of the whiskey, rum, cognac selection. To do red wine is a unique twist on that, so gotta put that in the collection. That whole line of the red wine collection, or wine collection from Liquid Imaginary, is something that most likely will be in my collection. All right, here we go. We have, next up, from LM Perfume, Black Oud. Black Oud, in the simplest way I can put it, is a more refined, smoother version of Black Afghano in 100 ml. We'll purchase this. Won't purchase Black Afghano because this one sits on my skin and is not so strong and offensive to the point where it smells weird. Now Afghano doesn't smell weird. It smells gorgeous also, but this one just seems more refined to me. So for 100 mils, I'll purchase this one. Next up, we have for a house that's really not talked about, but it seems to be weird because it's a really established house. Kriegler. This fragrance from Kriegler, Foofa Highness, is probably my favorite oud I've ever smelled, and especially the favorite one from this line. I smelled probably 20 fragrances from them, but this one is just absolutely fantastic. They did raise the price up, which kind of irritated me, but I'm going to purchase it this year before they raise it up again. So, Foofa Highness from Kriegler, definitely in the house. All right, we got another line. Now, I know you guys probably see me say this 1,000 times. I'm picking fragrances you probably never heard of, so you can get an opportunity to get some new, names and lines in your repertoire, and a lot of them you probably have heard of already. So, next up, we have a fragrance from a house that I've been falling in love with. It's called Posa de Barro. Now, this one is called 19 Maya 1957. Now, this is a very sweet, herbal, spicy fragrance. Kind of a twist on, like, herbal, woody, with someone cooking curry or kind of an Indian style of food. Very unique, but it is gorgeous, guys. Don't let the Indian curry, statement scare you. Get your nose on this one. Go to our website, posadebargo.com, or look up on Facebook. Gorgeous fragrance. Next up, we have, this one is called, what is this called? You gotta excuse me, I keep forgetting the name of it. Latishambra is the name of the company, and the fragrance is called Speculoos. Now, Speculoos is one of these fragrances that everybody's trying to get. I've smelled it, sampled it, and it's gorgeous. This smells like a gingerbread cookie with a very thin layer of peanut butter and chocolate. This is a gourmand's lover. If you love gourmands, you have to get your nose on this one. It's slightly hard to find, but if you go to the website and you kind of navigate through, you can find this one. You can't buy it here anymore. Unfortunately, they don't sell it at Lucky Scent anymore, but you can get it from the website. So that will be definitely one I'll be purchasing. Next up is from one of my favorite houses, probably my second favorite house in the niche game, Minty de Rosa. Minty de Rosa's fragrance I'm going to be purchasing. This one is called Limette. Limette is a very beautiful take on a spicy rose. Spicy sweet rose, if I can say. If you like Portrait of a Lady from Frederick Malle, and you have to try this. There's no doubt you have to try this fragrance. Get your nose on it. They don't smell anything alike. Don't be alarmed. Like, why would I need this if I have that? Don't be alarmed. This doesn't smell like that. It's just another beautiful take. This one is an extra, very powerful, very strong fragrance, and it's gorgeous. Next up, and these are from my favorite house. You guys already know. If you don't, Bodicea Victorious is my favorite house, and can't wait to get these 3 fragrances. All right, so next one is called Greenwich. Greenwich is from the Gold Collection. Greenwich is the weirdest herbal fragrance I've ever smelled, but it is simply one of the best I've ever smelled also. If you like unique, weird smelling herbal, woody fragrances, get your nose on that one. Greenwich from Bodicea Victorious. Next up is in competition with my favorite fragrances from this line. Still not sure if it is my favorite, but it's getting close. I have a 10 ml bottle of this fragrance, but I'm getting the larger 100 ml bottle, and it is called Angelic. This is from Bodicea Victorious Black Collection. Absolutely gorgeous fragrance that has the apple, caramel, cedarwood note that just is to die for. Extremely expensive, but like I said with the Roger Dove, you can't put a price on quality. Alright, we are down to the last fragrance, and that is going to be my second fragrance I'll purchase this year, and this is Blue Sapphire from Bodicea Victorious. If you have not had an opportunity to smell this, I'm sorry, but right now Blue Sapphire is the best fragrance from that house. Oud, rose, patchouli, amber, grapefruit, saffron. It's this is just amazing, yo. You guys gotta get an opportunity to just get your nose on it. You know, it's good in both sense because this fragrance smells like it can be worn all year round. This is a fragrance that you can wear in the winter, you can wear in the summer, spring, fall, all year round, because it has notes that complement every genre of the seasons. So that's why this is probably my favorite from the line. And it's a gorgeous bottle. So, once again, guys, this is what I'm going to be purchasing this year. Might trickle into next year, depending on, you know, how my finances do this year. But I'm definitely going to be head on trying to get this fragrance and the other ones I named. So if you guys, you know, have any interest, definitely check them out. They're all unique and beautiful fragrances. And let me know what you think of my lineup for my next purchases for 2016. All right? Until next time, I'll talk to you guys. Peace.